Well, hello everyone, my name is Rory Monaghan and I'm the founder and CEO of VerbaLearn, and I'm extremely excited to show you the application that me and my team have been working on for the last 6 months about. I would like to walk you all through the features before we launch this app in a week's time here, just so that everyone is able to, familiarize themselves with all of the strengths of our application and what makes us special and unique before we go to market. I hope that I can convince you to give this app a try as soon as we release on January 19th. So without further ado, I'd like to walk you through some of the features that this app provides and some of the functionality. So on the home screen, you can see that we have all these different learning modules, and each one is a learning tool. And I think that one of the frustrations that I had that led me to develop this application was that there's all these different amazing digital study tools now. The problem is that they're all under a different website or a different application, iOS, Android, whatever. There's not really one consolidated place to keep all of your study tools where you're not toggling back and forth between tabs, you're not uploading to, some cloud storage and then exporting it somewhere else or this or that. I just wanted to create something that you have everything that you need in one place. The moment of realization that I needed to develop this application was when I was looking for a solution to a problem that I had. So when I'm studying, I take digital notes and then I upload PDFs or files that my professor might give me in a class, and then I use a chatbot or some AI to create a audiobook-style transcript for narration by a text-to-speech platform. I was wasting so much time going back and forth between these different applications that I decided, okay, there has to be something that exists where these are all under one roof. You've got one subscription, it's all in one place, it's nice, neat, organized. I couldn't find anything. And so that was when I began development on this application, and over time our company and team has grown. I believe that we've developed something incredibly unique and beautiful. Everyone will have some sort of use for this application. If you're a university student, you're in middle school, you're a physician, you're in the workforce, you own a company, it doesn't matter, because you're just going to be able to use VerbaLearn to learn better. So without further ado, let me just give an example of what our digital notes will look like. So you can add pages. This would be for like in organic chemistry class, for instance, and you can select a format. And so let's just go with lined, and you would be able to use your stylus on your iPad to take your notes on here, right? And then you'll be able to take those notes, and then if you wanted to, let's say, create a study guide with them, well, you could take those notes and you could give those to our chatbot here, our friendly little red panda, and he'll help you organize them into a day-by-day plan, before finals week to review every single concept that you took notes on during lecture. But that's not all. You could then take that study guide and you could make flashcards with it. And so you could go into here, and this is just a sample deck that comes with the application. And so, these are just like learning tips, and you would be able to, if you so choose, use a spaced repetition algorithm to practice, or just use the flashcards, however you so desire, walking through kind of the flow of the experience for the user. So you could rate the card as hard, medium, etc., or good. If you go back to the home screen, it just so happens that today's daily challenge is to review 20 flashcards, and so we've already reviewed 9 today. That's going to be synced to my account. If I have VerbaLearn Premium, it's going to be synced across my devices, my progress, my documents, and so that's the next thing I want to get into before I go into some of these other features in more detail, is that our philosophy is this is an app built for students by students. And so, yes, we do love money, but we're not going to charge you for anything that doesn't cost us something to provide to you. We're not going to charge you for a service that we don't pay for. On-device notes, flashcards, etc., you're not going to pay for that. Whether you're on your iPad, your iPhone, or your Mac, you're going to have the same notes, same flashcards, no matter where you log in. It's just one of those premium features I'll give an example of is the audiobooks generator. So this was the original inspiration for the app, right? There's 3 different applications I had to use for that sort of study flow. No longer will I ever need to do that again. And so if I accomplish nothing else by developing this app, I will use VerbaLearn, because this did not exist. I looked everywhere. I wish I didn't have to create VerbaLearn. I pulled way too many all-nighters, but we had to do it. It didn't exist, and I felt, a divine inspiration to create this application. Go into some of those other features before I bore you. You will be able to upload your transcript, your classes every semester if you're a college student, and then you'll be able to schedule exams and sync these all to your weekly planner. Now, you probably have like 2 or 3 different platforms that you have to log into to keep track of assignments. Well, that's how things get lost, right? That's how things get disorganized. And so with VerbaLearn, that's never gonna happen again. You're gonna have every single assignment, every single class, and you could sync this with your job too. Let's say you're in school and you work. It doesn't matter. Your schedule is going to be so organized with VerbaLearn. And the biggest thing is that, if you find ways that this isn't sufficient for you, remember, this is version 1. We're going to take every single piece of user feedback and implement all of it into every single update that we push moving forward. We're going to develop this application to be better and better and better, and you're just not going to believe that when you submit feedback over here in the profile page, we're going to listen to you because we care and because we are students ourselves, and you probably just have amazing ideas because we're not that smart, so you're probably going to think of something that we just don't think about. This is the profile, right? This is where your account is. You can easily cancel your subscription and manage it here. You're never going to get billed if you cancel your subscription. And if you do, reach out to us directly and we're going to rectify that, because I know that a lot of the frustration with these big companies, they don't care. They're not going to reimburse you. They're not going to refund you. They're not going to work with you. No, we care. Reach out to us directly if there's ever any problems with billing, and we're just going to get that rectified. So here, you also have complete ability to, sign out of your account, delete your account and the associated data so that your privacy is respected. Our privacy policy, our website, you can all go to that through these linked buttons here in the app. And so I'm going to get back to the learning modules real quick before we lose track, but this is where your activity will be stored. So the notes that you use, flashcards, the transcripts that you create, all of those things, the problems that you solve, the problem solver, your challenges that you complete, your, like that 20 flashcards today. All of that's going to be in here as your recent activities, so that if you just use something, you can get back to it easily. And then you're going to be able to upload any sort of, document or file that you would need from a class or, something from work, a transcript, whatever. You're going to be able to put it in here with the import and scan tool. You're going to be able to scan a page, and you're going to be able to use that in any of the learning modules. It's going to all be connected. And then let's say that you're a physician, right? And I hope that you're respecting your patient's privacy, but just for example, you could record an appointment with a patient, and then you could study that and create flashcards to review that patient's symptoms. This is kind of out of pocket. This is probably not the best example that I could give of how to use the transcription tool, but this is just one of the learning modules you'll be able to use. You'll take that transcription. Let's say that you have a meeting or a study session before an exam, and you're not writing down everything and somebody's explaining something to you. You just transcribe that, and then you're going to put that into the flashcards, and you're going to make flashcards to review what you guys went over during that study session. And if you have practice problems and there's just one that you don't know how to solve, we encourage you to use this platform to learn, right? We can't hold your hand everywhere step of the way. But there's other platforms to cheat on your homework that are better than this for that specifically. So go to those platforms if that's your goal. But this problem solver is going to explain to you step by step how to actually solve the problem, and you're going to take this problem that you solve, and you're going to make flashcards to test yourself to actually learn that process so that you actually get a good grade on that exam. Because if you don't do that, you're not gonna pass the class. So the goal of VerbaLearn is to make you learn. Again, there's better tools to cheat, but there's not better tools to learn. We've got a calculator in here. We've got these study soundscapes. This is one of the last ones I'm gonna go into real quick. But basically, if there's a screaming baby on the train and there's way too much noise, and you don't have a premium because you're a broke college student, you also don't have an internet connection, you can use the rain noises to drown out the sound of that baby so that you can lock in on working or fall asleep for that exam the next day. And then maybe you get tired of the rain, you can switch to lo-fi beats or white noise or the coffee shop. And this library is going to expand over time, but these are all just free, provided with VerbaLearn, because it doesn't cost us anything to host them, then it's not going to cost you anything to use them. That's our model, that's our business. I would probably just go on for hours and hours and hours if I didn't stop myself now. This is the app as it is for version 1. And we are so excited to share this beautiful creation. This is just a monumental moment for digital learning. I really hope to see you all downloading VerbaLearn next week after we release on January 19th here in 2026. Thank you so much. I just want to reiterate, this is what makes VerbaLearn different. We have all of the tools in one place, and we listen to your feedback, and if there's not a tool in here that you want, we're going to put it in. So send us feedback immediately. Reach out to me directly, the CEO of VerbaLearn, at rory.monaghan@verbalearn.ai. We're not about, we're just about that. We're serious. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. That's the product. Have a good day.